So what's happening is it's a monkey see, monkey do situation. Adonis Paul is the big monkey. He's the ape. He's the one that has the channel, right? So all of his followers who are below him, who do not have these large channels with followers themselves, they found him and they liked what he was saying, so they decided to stay. Now, the problem with that is what he is saying is detrimental to society because he attacks the homeless people. He attacks mentally ill people. He attacks the people in this world who need help the most. And his followers, who also have this same viewpoint that the homeless are the problem with the world, the mentally ill people are the problem with the world. If we could just get rid of all of these people who aren't able to do what we're able to do, then America would be better. The world would be better. That's what they believe. And then they see this man who says those same beliefs. And they agree with him and they're happy because they found somebody who is not them that's saying the same thing, which means they must be right. If enough of them all join together saying the same thing, they must be right. It's how cults work. The leader is the one that was strong enough to stand on a pulpit and say these things. The followers are just happy to have somebody that is saying the same things they think but are afraid to say. They would not say these things if they did not have a leader encouraging them and strengthening them in their beliefs. That's the problem. Adonis Paul encourages hatred. He fuels hatred. He seeks out mentally ill people to expose to his followers so that they can hurt that person. Since receiving my Section 8, they have done everything in their power to stop me from receiving any sort of help, from getting better. They promised me when this began that it would not end until I was homeless again. They've contacted my landlord. They've contacted the housing authority. They've contacted my doctor and my therapist, and then they contacted the Board of Health when my doctor wouldn't do what they told them to do. They have problems with my mental health plan, and they want to speak to my doctor and change my care because they don't agree with how quickly I'm healing under their abuse. Because Adonis Paul told them I'm not sick, so I deserve to be treated like this. If he was not saying and doing the things he has done, his followers would not be saying and doing the things they are doing. He is the leader. He is the monkey the other monkeys are following and imitating. And if he was gone and his fellow leaders were gone, his followers would have no more incentive to treat people this way. They pay him to do the things they won't do themselves for whatever reason. And he does it. He goes after the weakest in society, and his followers have begun to lose sight of what is appropriate and acceptable behavior because of it. Just like Hitler had people kill for him that would later say they were just doing their job. Adonis Paul followers will just say, well, it was a joke. It's just a joke. It's a running gag in his community to tell somebody to kill themselves. It's funny to them. It's no longer real. that they're really telling somebody covered in self-harm scars to end their life. That's no longer the reality that they're living in, because their leader told them it was okay to say these things. Their leader told them that this person was worthless, that this person deserves to suffer, that this person has caused them harm. Their leader has convinced them, and all they can do is follow orders and do what they're told. They can no longer think for themselves and decide whether this person actually deserves the hatred. And that's the problem. That's my entire problem with his channel and all of the channels that are like his. They instigate and they spread hatred towards the most vulnerable people in society.